Anyone else wait a second. Okay, well, I don't know what is going on with that title sequence, but you know what? Just one of the many things this week that the world has to offer, I guess. Just another surprise. Anyways, anyone else still reeling from that Stories from the Outlands video? If you haven't watched it, what are you doing? Go back to the official Apex YouTube page right now and watch it. Or you can hang out here and we'll talk about it a little bit. The next legend is confirmed to be a chicken. Oh man, if only though, huh? We've got Valkyrie coming in Season 9, but it's not actually called Season 9. They're done with the numbers this season, and it's just called Legacy. We're going to dive into that a little more too. We've also got some details on the next season, but more are still coming next week. And Apex Legends Mobile is on the way. Let's start with Valk, also known as Valkyrie, whose first name is actually Kyrie, so it's Valkyrie. Okay. She's our next legend and voiced by Erika Ishii. It's been so fantastic to see the reception for Erika in joining the Apex roster, and her excitement over being in the game and interactions with devs in the community. Respawn has really knocked it out of the park with all the voice actors that they bring on. Erika really had a great performance in the video, and I'm looking forward to hearing more of her work in-game. If you've played Destiny 2, you'll actually recognize her voice, as she's voiced a couple of characters from that game. Story-wise, it's hard to know where to start here, so I'll just kind of start with some common knowledge. Valk is the daughter of a man called Viper, who made an appearance in Titanfall 2 before you blasted him out of his Titan and then proceeded to teabag him, because that's just kind of boss fight it was. The video was called North Star, which was the type of Titan that Viper used, famously. Valk doesn't know how her dad died, and she confronts Blisk about it. Blisk knows exactly how he dies, but he doesn't tell her, which is curious to me. He could have corrected her when she accused him of killing Viper, but he doesn't. Also, Blisk is supposed to be pretty much a myth at this point. No one has seen him in years, so the fact that Valk used her smuggling to get at him and knew where to find him was pretty cool. Now, there may be no Titans in Apex, but Kyrie seems to either be close to Rampart or she was sent to Rampart because of Blisk. I feel like it's the latter. Blisk said, "Hey, you need help? I know somebody." And Rampart kind of looks up to Blisk based on Season 6 teasers, and we haven't explored that at all since Rampart came out. Anyways, Rampart mods the hell out of the North Star and makes it like an exosuit for Valk. Not only is Valk now carrying her dad's legacy and his Titan parts with her, but she's made it her own to forge her own path, which I think is interesting, and of course on purpose. She's our first Japanese legend and our second East Asian legend. I'm really looking forward to the Valk and Rampart voice lines in-game. I think those are going to be good, as well as she might have some other voice lines with some of the other legends. Well, of course she will. Okay, theory time, and I think this is where it gets interesting. Blisk is putting together a new group of mercenaries to join the Apex Predators, and that's what the Apex games are about. Blisk was, / technically still is, the commissioner, and he's using the games as either a training ground or tournament of sorts in order to find the best of the best so he can put his crew back together. And this leads into the events of Titanfall 3. Blisk is a man of war, of action, and what do you do when you're in peacetime and your whole crew was previously destroyed? You regroup, make a new team, and you get back at the people who wronged you. The lines between Titanfall and Apex are becoming more and more blurred, which is fun, but it also makes you wonder what is going on story-wise. Also, why are we moving away from the season numbers? There's a story to tell here, and Time Costello has said that this is going to be the biggest story since Broken Ghost. There's a transition happening here, and this makes sense to me. To go back in game, Valk's abilities were teased a bit on Instagram and by some of the devs. Her mobility has been called unbeatable and that she's one of the most fun legends to play. So I'm a little worried about the mobility creep in the game, but we'll see how it plays out. Expect her abilities to mirror that of the North Star Titan, either temporary flight or hovering, and releasing a salvo of missiles. There are only a small number of legends with ultimates made to deal direct damage, like Gibby. So it'd be interesting to see if her ultimate is also just strictly damage based, or if there's a more strategic way to use it. Her legendary skins are going to be incredible, I'm sure of it, and I'd be shocked if they didn't use the front of Viper's Titan in one of the skins with Valk wearing his helmet. Also expect some sort of quips to mirror her father's voice lines as well. She did look up to him after all. Blisk, Baby Viper, and Ashe. It does certainly sound like the gang is getting back together in a new fashion. Oh, how does Ashe come back? She's the teased announcer of the new arena mode. Yesterday, a teaser was released in the firing range showing off a brand new area that looks perfect for a team deathmatch mode. We also get a glimpse of the newly designed Ashe as a big ol' head, which is fitting since that's what we put together back in Broken Ghost. Ashe is becoming more and more part of the gameplay and story, which is great since we haven't seen her since Season 6. Chad Grenier wasn't kidding when he said they're looking to introduce new ways to play Apex, and I think the arena is one of those ways. There might be more. We do see the standard death box in the arena teaser as well, and we'll be hearing more about that this week. Or next week. With this week, I think. A big theory is that they're dropping the season numbering because of adding the new mode and looking at more than just a battle royale, but I do think it's a lot bigger than that. Next in Season 9 we've got a changed Olympus, so Olympus will for sure be coming back, and I'm hoping they shift World's Edge back into rotation as well. I miss that map. The theme for the map next season is Infected Olympus, so I think we're going to be seeing something completely new coming from this map compared to the other map changes in the past. Nothing getting blown up, but maybe something more organic type growth. When I think of Infected, I think of a zombie or viral something, and that's all pretty organic compared to the World's Edge industrial buildings that were added. We also have a new weapon added to the loot pool. It's called the Bowcheck Bow, and McCord has teased that it's different than any other weapon they've made. I'm really excited to see how it will be used and the mechanics of it. Next, we've also got Apex Legends on mobile coming sooner than I thought. Pre-registration is out in many regions, so check your phone shop to see if you can pre-register for it. That's it for this week. Also just announced as I'm recording this, there's going to be a launch trailer for this season premiering tomorrow. Get hyped everyone, and we will see you later.